At Clyde Ironworks, every bite starts from scratch. Fried ravioli, onion rings, wood-fired pizza, in-house beers, steak stone sizzling, pasta, pretzels, cannoli, all made by hand. Clyde Ironworks, where food is made from scratch.
I always have to have it on hand, or in my pocket, or in my car where I knew where it was. Because if I didn't know where it was, I'd panic. But that was in the beginning. And in my head, like as time went on, if I lose it or if I can't find it or I misplaced it, I'll just be like, it pops up whenever it pops up. But in the back of my mind, it's more of like, oh my God, I need it. Like, I need to find it. But in hindsight, it's just more of like, if it comes back. If it doesn't, then it was meant to be, and it's a sign that I should stop. Unfortunately, I'm one of those people who don't learn until I go through it. Just know that every year it gets harder to quit. And every year you start to feel the effect.
With me today, we're gonna have a good time. You've convinced me. I'm ready to switch my account. Oh my gosh. Specific answer. They're learning quick. Can we Google it? Whatever. Okay. He's a quick study.
There's so many words I'm not saying. Be careful. It is a love story.
You bet it is.
Fair.
I wasn't done.
Ask the questions that you think are silly. Thank you for joining. Bye.
We only have had e-cigarettes since 2012 or 2011. So it's only been a decade, a little over a decade, and we're getting different chemicals that we don't know enough about, which will probably cause us a lot of issues in the future.
There's nothing better than a Subway Series footlong, except when you add a new footlong sidekick, like the boss with a new footlong cookie. This might be my favorite sidekick ever. What?
Every epic footlong deserves a perfect sidekick.
Vaping has almost become like an obsession, addiction.
I always have to have it on hand.
It's got to be where I know where it is.
If I didn't know where it was, I'd panic.
I stopped pretty quick because I didn't really get the enjoyment I thought I would get out of it.
I've had friends who have used it, and it's a struggle for them.
Find your passion. Find your people. Find your purpose. Find your superior.
At Clyde Ironworks, every bite starts from scratch. Fried ravioli, golden and crisp, onion rings battered fresh and fried to perfection, wood-fired pizza made from dough we craft each morning, beer brewed in-house, steak stone sizzling, pasta tossed fresh to order, warm pretzels, fresh filled cannoli, nothing frozen, nothing fake, just passion, patience, and heat. Clyde Ironworks, where food is made from scratch.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to UWS Women's Basketball here on Yellow Jacket TV in the pregame show, sponsored by National Bank of Commerce, with the current locations in Superior, Poplar, Solon Springs, Escaux, Hermantown, Hibbing, Duluth. Make more possible. National Bank of Commerce, member FDIC. Alongside my production engineer here at Yellow Jacket TV, Evan Ludwig, this is Matt Johnson coming to you live from Mertz Mortarelli Gymnasium here on the campus of the University of Wisconsin-Superior, where the Yellow Jacket women taking on UW-Stevens Point here in non-conference action here at the Mertz. Game 2 of our basketball doubleheader, in case you missed game number 1 of our doubleheader here on Yellow Jacket TV. Men's basketball falling to the number 22 ranked team in the country, UW-Eau Claire, 68-49. Hopefully Yellow Jacket women will have a better outcome for themselves here against the Pointers. It'll be a tough contest, though, for the Yellow Jackets, and a tough matchup as UWS coming into this contest against an undefeated Pointers team here under the direction of head coach Matt Hockett. As for UWS, they come into this contest here today at 2-6 overall. Evelyn Parsons, former UW-Stevens Point assistant coach, in her first season at the helm of the Yellow Jacket program. They've lost their last 2, has UWS clean dropping a 65-40 final score here to UW Stout in their last contest a week ago here at the Mertz. In that contest, the Yellow Jackets hung tough with the Blue Devils for 3 quarters before imploding in the fourth quarter on the way to taking that loss. In the first quarter, UWS battled the Blue Devils tooth and nail and headed to the second quarter in a deadlocked 14-14 draw after knocking down 6 of their first 13 shots in that opening 10 minutes. In the second, Stout tightened up defensively, holding the Yellow Jackets just 2 of 12 accuracy to outscore UWS 11-7 in the frame, and headed into the intermission, holding a 25-21 edge. In the third, the Yellow Jackets limited Stout to just 4 of 11 shooting and outscored the Blue Devils 15-12 in the frame, to come within 1 at 37-36 heading to the fourth. And from there, I thought maybe the Yellow Jackets would have a shot at maybe pulling off an upset against a Final Four team from a year ago. But it went all south for the Yellow Jackets in that final 10 minutes as the Blue Devils took advantage of numerous Yellow Jacket turnovers in the frame to score the quarter's first 22 points and eventually outscored the Jackets by a 28-4 margin to pull away in that last quarter. For the game, the Yellow Jackets shooting 33.3% in committing 30 turnovers in the contest. Individually, the Jackets were led by Megan Schaefer with 9 points. She went 3 for 9 from the floor. So the Yellow Jackets have had a full week to kind of recollect themselves a little bit. And we'll see what they have here for the Pointers. It'll be, like I said, a very tough challenge today against a Pointer team that comes in at 7-0 under Matt Hockett in his third season at the helm of the Pointers program. They are coming off of a 71-54 win over Lawrence on Tuesday on the road down in Appleton, Wisconsin at Alexander Gym. In that contest, the Pointers outscored Lawrence 15-10 in the first and 21-14 in the second to take a 36-24 lead in the intermission. The Vikings came back strong in the third, outscoring Stevens Point 21-16 to come within 52-45 in the fourth, but the Pointers held Lawrence to 3 of 12 shooting in the final 10 minutes and to 29.1% accuracy for the contest to outscore the Vikings 19-9 in that final 10 minutes and pull away for the victory. As a team, the Pointers made 45.3% of their shots and were led by Emma Kilpatrick with 25 points and 8 rebounds on 8 of 12 shooting. Maya Rice, meanwhile, added 13 points, while Carissa Smith had 12 more in the win for the Pointers. So that's where the two teams stand here heading into this one from the Mertz. And with that being the case, we'll take our first break of the pregame show, sponsored by National Bank of Commerce. And we'll come back with more, including a conversation with Yellow Jacket head coach Evelyn Parsons. That's coming up right after this. This is UWS Women's Basketball on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network.
Evelyn Parsons. And Coach, it's been a week since you last played. Might not be the worst thing, though, in the world to take that time off a little bit, kind of recollect your thoughts a little bit also for the players, considering how the Stout game ended. It was a sort of bizarre chain of events, I would say, that led up to that. 3 quarters of really competitive basketball with them, down by 1 going to the fourth, and then things just pretty much imploded in the fourth quarter. It felt like it was just one of those, pardon the pun considering the time of the year, but a snowball effect almost. Like once it got rolling downhill, you guys just couldn't come out of it. And unfortunately, I think, it's one of those maybe experiences that can be chalked up as a life lesson or a basketball lesson, but I just want to get your thoughts on it because it was a strange turn of events, and the fact that it kind of came apart that quickly. I just want to see what your thoughts were on that game against Stout and how it ended.
Yeah, and I think it's just for sure we had to take care of the ball better and be able to respond when they turned up the pressure. But I think, like you said, it's been nice to have a week to really prepare for our next game and focus on some things that we need to be more solid in. But, we didn't take that game and focus on that the whole week. It's more how can we respond and how can we continue to grow. So definitely excited for another opportunity today.
We'll talk about UW-Stevens Point in a moment. I know it's a program that is close to your heart, near and dear to your heart with Matt Hockett being kind of a mentor for you, and you being familiar, of course, with all these players that play for Stevens Point. Well, like I said, we'll talk more about that in a second here. But you guys have had a not very, I would say, I don't want to say it's not user friendly, but it's been a difficult non-conference schedule, I would say. Just want to get your sense on the team's kind of morale right now and where their thoughts are, because it has been tough. You guys have played some really good ball, and you've had some times where it's been a little bit rocky. What's the overall feeling of the team you're heading in this game today?
Yeah, I think we're in a really good place. I think our team knows that the schedule we're playing is going to prepare us for our conference schedule when we get to that point. But, outside of the result, you can't always control the outcome of a game, but you can control the preparation that you've put in. And I think that's been our mindset every day is, how can we make sure today we're focusing on what we can do to get better. And yeah, I think the morale's really good, and I think they're excited to play today. So I'm definitely excited too.
Now we'll talk about UW-Stevens Point. Obviously, it's a program that we have not seen since our final year in the WIAC, which was in 2014-15. So it's been a long time. That was a playoff game. So it's been a while since the Pointers have been up here to play a game. Obviously, like I said, Matt Hockett very well. You know the players on this team very well. They're having a very, very good start to the season at 7-0. Like I said, you've seen them play. What do you know about the Pointers, which I assume is quite a bit, and what are you expecting from them here today, and what kind of challenges do they present for your team?
Yeah, I guess without going into too many specifics, the Pointers are going to play hard. They're going to be physical. They're going to rebound. And so we have to be ready to show up and match that physicality, which is not going to be easy. But I think that's really the biggest thing outside of any kind of scheme that they're going to be running, any strategy. How can we make sure we're competing every play, not letting them outwork us? So really excited for the opportunity to play them. It was kind of crazy that we ended up on our schedule before I even got here. So it's meant to be maybe, and I think the team's excited for that challenge too. So we'll be ready to go.
All right, Coach. Well, like I said, I know it's kind of an exciting day for you playing against your old team and your old coach, and that's always fun. And good luck today against Pointers, and we'll be talking again soon.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That was Yellow Jacket head coach Evelyn Parsons. I'll be right back with more Yellow Jacket women's basketball right after this on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network.
been played. The two teams have been introduced by our public address announcer, Nick Plant, and we are moments away from getting this one underway as the lights go on and off on us here at the Mertz for Game 2. They were on, then they went back off. Now they're back on again. So apparently we will be actually playing basketball here in a moment or three. Today's opening tip, by the way, sponsored by Barker's Island Inn, Northern Wisconsin's Island Getaway, The Yellow Jackets in their home gold jerseys, the Pointers in their traveling purples with the gold trim. A couple of series notes between these two teams. Stevens Point leads the all-time series with the Yellow Jackets 57-6 since their first matchup back in February 1st of 1983. Two teams haven't met since the 2014-15 season, as I mentioned, when the Yellow Jackets took 2 of 3 matchups from the Pointers. As the opening tip is controlled by UW Stevens Point. We'll give you more of those series notes between the two teams as we move on here. In the meantime, the Pointers in possession of the basketball to start out the game. This is Emma Kilpatrick now on the left side. Three-point shot up right away from the far side, taken by Maya Rice. Front rim and out, no good. Rebound grab by UWS's Megan Schaefer, and the Yellow Jackets into the front court for the first time here in quarter number 1. Mackenzie Lesher going left side off the pass. Coming off the screen by Charlotte Firstel is Schaefer. Now Firstel, short pop. Left side, front rim and out, no good. Rebound cleared now by Stevens Point, and the Pointers into the front court now on the right side. Lainey Panish. Pass comes left side. Here is Maya Rice, and she'll go up and knock down a 10-foot jump shot left side. Maya Rice, 1 for 2 so far. 5'7", senior from Lance, Michigan, makes it 2-0. As the Yellow Jackets in the front court. Elsa Olsen out on top. Now Megan Schaefer, bounce pass. High post, now Charlotte Firstel. Here's Mackenzie Lesher for the Yellow Jackets with the ball fake. Now kicks it to the near side. That went out of play, and it'll be a turnover on UWS. First turnover of the game for the Yellow Jackets. More of those series notes by the team, by the way. That last meeting taking place on February 27th of 2015 when the Yellow Jackets down Stevens Point 58-36 in the semifinals of the WIAC tournament here at the Mertz. Sally Linsmeyer, the Yellow Jackets' all-time leading scorer, had 22 points in that game for the Yellow Jackets, going 6 for 12 from the field. And so that's the last time. Give you an idea of how long it's been, as a three-point shot now knocked down by Carissa Smith on the left side. And it's 5-0 in favor of the Pointers right off the bat here, as Elsa Olsen into the front court now for UWS. We'll hand it off. Here's Megan Schaefer. Maddie Riot, the transfer from UMD, out on top of the key now. Looking to get a pass away. Now gets it right side. Now here's Schaefer. She'll hand it off now. Elsa Olsen will let go of a very long three-point shot way off the mark. Wide to the left. Rebound for Smith. And now Smith and the Pointers running into the front court. On the right side, Kilpatrick going on the baseline now against Elsa Olsen. Will kick it back out. Well, pass comes out on top. Panish gives it now for Rice. Rice with the runner going back through the lane. That's off the back rim. No good. And we're going to have an offensive foul called. But sliding over to take the charge was Elsa Olsen for UWS. And we're going to have a couple substitutions here. It looks like for the Yellow Jackets, Kylie Hewitt and Hope Carlson getting ready to check in for the Yellow Jackets for the first time. Also checking in for the Pointers is going to be Brenna Gary. As the pass comes in. Olsen into the front court. Now pass comes on the right side for Maddie Riot. Now bounce pass. Here's Kylie Hewitt. With the left hand going up the shot. That's off the back rim. No good. Rebound going to be cleared by Kilpatrick for Stevens Point. The Pointers into the front court. Now here's Smith. Right hand dribble. Now spinning around Schaefer. Going down toward the baseline. Gets cut off. Now Schaefer with the quick hands. Able to force the turnover. Megan Schaefer into the front court. Coming inside. Now had her shot blocked away by Smith. Good hustle defensively there by Stevens Point. Checking in now Ava Loftus. And the Yellow Jackets will inbound now right baseline. It'll be Maddie Riot for the Yellow Jackets. That'll do the honors. Riot for UWS. Into the corner now. Here is Hewitt. Hewitt now out on top. Here's Carlson. Hope Carlson putting the ball on the deck. Coming down the left side of the lane. Picks up her dribble. Now goes back through. Going up. On the reverse and going up and scoring with the left hand is Elsa Olsen. Elsa Olsen, the senior from Cottage Grove, Minnesota, makes it 5-2. Now a quick pass inside now from Gary. Trying to lob it inside for Jesselyn Ernst, the 6'1 junior from Partyville, Wisconsin. It's a tie-up on the defensive play there by UWS, and off the alternating possession, it'll be Yellow Jacket basketball here with 7:09 remaining, quarter number 1. And Carlson will trigger it in as Mackenzie Lesh is back into the ball game. She'll take out Riot. And Elsa Olsen now setting up the offense for the Yellow Jackets. High post now. Here's Kylie Hewitt. Hewitt for the Yellow Jackets. Schaefer out on top of the key. Now goes back for Hewitt. Nice pick and roll, and Hewitt goes up and finishes with the right hand. Hewitt with the bucket, the assist to Olsen, and it's 5-4. Ava Loftus now giving it out on top. Here's Gary going left side with it. Now except for Kilpatrick comes inside, had the ball knocked away by Hope Carlson. Nice defensive play there by the transfer from St. Scholastica. Basketball will stay with the Pointers here. 6:38 remaining, quarter number 1. Colleen Claude's going to come in for the first time. She will check out Megan Schaefer. And we will have an inbound now left baseline here for Stevens Point. They'll have 20 seconds with which to work with on the shot clock. Doing the inbounding is Loftus. Pass comes in now into the corner. Now here Kilpatrick out on top. Ball fake now against Carlson. She'll back it out. Now it goes right to the rim. Lost the handle on the basketball. Hewitt picks it up for UWS, and the Yellow Jackets coming back to the direction now with Mackenzie Lesha. Lesha for the Yellow Jackets goes right side, hands it off. Here's Hope Carlson. Carlson for the Yellow Jackets now going right at Ernst. Goes up with a shot off the glass. That's no good. Rebound cleared over there by Kilpatrick. And now the outlet pass comes into the hands of Ava Loftus. Loftus for the Pointers outside. Teeing up the three-point shot and knocking it down is Emma Kilpatrick, 5'9" senior from Kimberly, Wisconsin, with the triple, makes it 8-4. As Olsen in the front court, bounce pass right side. Now here's Lesha. Mackenzie Lesha for the Yellow Jackets coming off the screen. Now picks up her dribble. Middle of the paint. Steps through, goes up the left-handed shot and gets it to go down for two. Mackenzie Lesha with the bucket. Makes it 8-6. Loftus into the front court now. Picks up her dribble. Bounce pass now. Jesselyn Ernst, right side. Now out on top, Loftus. They'll swing it. Quick release on the three-point shot. Far side over the top of everything. That one was taken by Smith. Offensive rebound for Ernst, though. She goes up over the top of Hewitt and lays it in off the glass for two. And it's 10-6 now. The Pointers back up by 4. Carlson right side now for the Yellow Jackets. Stepping back. Now puts the ball on the deck. Goes right at Ernst. Tried to flip up a shot. Missed everything, but drew the foul, and now it'll be Hope Carlson going to the free throw line here for the Yellow Jackets with 5:10 remaining, quarter number 1. Actually, they're going to call it on Kilpatrick, apparently, on the help side defense, as the Pointers going to go into the bench. Coming in is going to be Rachel Hagan, also checking in for the first time, Lily Truchon. Also checking in for the Yellow Jackets, back in is Schaefer. Charlotte Fursel also back into the contest for UWS, as Carlson at the free throw line to shoot 2. First free throw is up and good. Carlson for the Yellow Jackets. 12 out of 15 from the stripe coming into the game at 80%. She knocks down both those free throws. She's got her first 2, and it's 10-7. Make it 10-8 now as Riyad comes back in. Carlson will check out. And the trigger in now comes for the Pointers. Here's Loftus now. Bounce pass into the front court against some light full court pressure by the Yellow Jackets. Now Gary goes right side. Jackets now selling it almost to a 2-3 zone. Near steal by Claude far side. She knocks it out of play. It'll stay with the Pointers. They'll have 15 seconds to shoot. Rice is going to come back into the ball game. She's going to take out Gary. Good start to the ball game here. 10-8. Pointers by 2. Pass comes in out on top. Now Loftus will go right side on the corner. Here's Carissa Smith. Smith putting on the deck against Schaefer. Now kicks it back on top. Here's Rice. Free throw line extended. Now lobs the pass right side. 1 second to shoot. Now stepping through, going up with the shot. Just as the clock expired was Truchon, and there'll be a shot clock violation here against Stevens Point. Lesha will inbound here for the Yellow Jackets. Megan Schaefer will play point. Schaefer coming into the front court now. Pass comes left side for Colleen Claude. Claude now coming off the screen. Bounce pass now for Charlotte Fursel. Left side block, and they're going to call her for steps. Shuffle her feet before she put the ball on the deck. Turnover on the Yellow Jackets. Basketball back to the Pointers. Hagan triggering it in now. Loftus bringing the Pointers into the front court. Comes off the screen now. Right side by Truchon. Now she'll pop a jump shot right side. That's off the backboard. No good. Rebound tracked down by Claude for UWS. And now it is Mackenzie Lesha for the Jackets into the front court. Picking up her dribble. Gives it back for Riot now left side. Maddie Riot. Firstel. Top of the key. She'll hand it off now for Claude. Colleen Claude, bounce pass, cutting now. Here's Megan Schaefer going up, missing the bunny with the right hand. Rebound cleared by Rice. Good look there for Schaefer, just didn't go down. And back the other direction now, the Pointers with Rice. Going through everybody, right to the rim, flips up a shot. That's off the glass, no good. Rebound ripped away from Hagan by Furstel, and we're going to have a foul called against Stevens Point here. Mitchell Hagan gets whistled for the personal. And the Yellow Jackets will trigger it in here. That's the third foul, by the way, against the Pointers. Jackets haven't committed one as of yet with 3:43 remaining. Quarter number one, Schaefer in the front court. Bounce pass now for Riot, left side. Comes right back for Schaefer. Now her pass over the top of Charlotte Furstel, and it's out of play. Stringing together turnovers was the problem against UW Stout in that fourth quarter last Saturday. We'll see if the Jackets can clean that up a bit here. And what is a close game as of now, anyway, at 10-8. In the front court now, the Pointers. Right side, Maya Rice coming off the screen. Now lobs a pass down low. That one knocked away, and that'll be a turnover. Actually, they're going to say it's off the Yellow Jackets. And now they're going to have an overrule. Yeah, that was the right call. Truchon tried to roll to the basket. Knocked out of Riyad's hands, and she tried to pick it off. And Kira Latvala in for the first time for the Yellow Jackets. Elsa Olsen comes back in as well with 3:20 remaining, quarter number one. 10-8 your score. Pointers have led all the way. Scored the first 5 of the ball game. Right now it's a 2-point contest as Olsen brings UWS in the front court. Here's Riyad, top of the key. Maddie Riyad going left side, hands it off. Here's Megan Schaefer. Schaefer for the Jackets now, around the pick by Furstel. Charlotte Furstel now getting a pass. Now she steps up, goes up with the shot off the glass, and we call for the offensive foul. Truchon coming down. Furstel lowering her shoulder and knocking over Truchon. Good defensive play there by the Pointers. Great the turnover. Schaefer's going to check out. Carlson comes back in. And Hagan will trigger it in now. Pointers into the front court now. Still on 10-8 is our score. It's been this way for a couple minutes. Pass for Rice, right side. Now it comes off the screen. Free throw line extended. Goes up for the jump shot and knocks it down. Maya Rice now has 4 points. It's 12-8 in favor of the Pointers. Olsen into the front court for UWS, right side, and they're going to call her for a carry as she went right side. Latvala came over to set the screen. Olsen went behind it and carried the basketball with her. It's a turnover. It's another unforced error there by the Yellow Jackets. Hagan will trigger it in. Panish is back in there, and she's playing point here for the Pointers as they come across the timeline. On the right side, she'll hand it off now out on top. Maddie Murphy also in for the first time for Stevens Point. Here's Rice. Shoveling it off now for Hagan. Lost the handle on the basketball. Comes down the near side. Now everybody's on the floor trying to find it, and we'll have a tie-up. And it should stay with the Pointers here on the alternating possession, and it will. 2 minutes, 22 seconds remaining. Quarter number one. UW Stevens Point leading at 12-8. Rice will trigger it in now in front of the Yellow Jacket bench. Gets it in now for Truchon. 8 seconds to shoot. Pass comes out on top. Here's Panish. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. They're not going to get it off, I don't think. Rice actually did just as the shot clock expired over the top. Back rim and out. Rebound batted out, and it's still bounding around. And now Rice picks it back up near midcourt. Comes into the front court now on the right-hand dribble. Picks it back out on top. 3-point shot. It's up, and it's good. Maddie Murphy with the triple. 15-8 now, the lead up to 7. Olsen in the front court. Left side, Carlson now out on top for Kira Latvala. Bounce pass, free throw line extended. Kylie Hewitt now spinning on the right hand. Goes up the shot, left it short. Gets her own rebound, goes up. Misses the bunny again with the left hand. The rebound cleared by Lily Truchon for UW Stevens Point. Pointers back to the direction. Rice now left side. Now passing court wide open, getting behind the D and going up. Missing the bunny, though, with the right hand was Panish. Offensive rebound grab, though. Underneath, going up and laying it in is going to be Hagan. She'll draw the foul on the Yellow Jackets. And just like that, it's a 9-point lead now for UW Stevens Point. As Hagan goes to the free throw line. Riot, Carlson, and Latvala will all check out. Claude, Schaefer, and Lesha back in. Ernst is also back in now for the Pointers. 1:15 remaining, quarter number one. Hagen's free throw is up. No good. Out the back rim, but it's going to be a lane violation. Lesha stepped in before the free throw was released, so she gets another shot at it here. And the referees are now asking the Pointers to sit down on their bench. They've been standing throughout the quarter here. Free throw is up and good here from Hagen. He'll check out now as Kilpatrick comes back in, and now a timeout going to be called here by UWS. 18-8 now your score. Can't get enough of the Yellow Jackets? Tune into Eye of the Swarm, the official podcast of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Join John Garver and me throughout the years. We sit down with Yellow Jacket student athletes, coaches, and other guests. Eye of the Swarm is available on uwsyellowjackets.com/podcast, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcasts. 10-point lead now for the Pointers at 18-8. Jackets closed within 2 at 10-8 at one point, but the Pointers now run off 8 in a row and have a double-digit lead here with 1:15 remaining in the quarter. UWS 3 for their first 11, while the Pointers are 7 out of 13. Jackets will have 5 turnovers so far. The Pointers with 6. Lesha now triggering in here. Olsen brings the Yellow Jackets in the front court. Pass comes right side. Here's Schaefer. Schaefer now left side. Here's Lesha. Olsen out on top. Now it's Kylie Hewitt. Colleen Claude back in there. Claude now with 10 seconds to shoot. Lesha out on top. 8 seconds to shoot as we go under a minute remaining in the quarter. Now Lesha goes up with the shot. Leaves it short. That's no good. And the rebound is grabbed out of there by Kilpatrick. We go under 40 seconds now left, quarter number 1. Pointers up by 10. On the right side now is Panish. And we're going to have a jump ball as she lost the handle on it. Alternating possession gives the basketball back to the Yellow Jackets as Riot will come back in. She'll take out Claude. 30.9 seconds remaining, quarter number 1. Trigger in now from Lesha and Olsen into the front court. Schaefer left wing now, putting it on the deck. Lesha, head fake now, steps behind the screen. Now Olsen, 15 seconds remaining. Shot clock and game clock, by the way, about synchronous. Nice pass from Olsen. Rolling the basket was Hewitt, and she misses a bunny in close with the right hand, and then it's fumbled out of play. Now Gary's going to come back in here as the shot clock is off. 8.1 seconds remaining in the frame. Murphy will check out. Olsen lobbing in now. Here's Hewitt. Lesha going down low now. Riot goes up off the window for 2. Maddie Riot with the bucket. Long heave as the quarter ends. Comes up short by the Pointers, and that's how we stand right now. Your score after 1. UW Stevens Point 18, Yellow Jackets 10. Yellow Jackets in that quarter 4 for 14 from the field. The Pointers 7 out of 13. 28.6% shooting for UWS. This is the first time for the women since that 2014-15 season. As we begin this second quarter, Jackets now switching up the defense, going to more of a 2-3 look here. Pass comes to the far side. 3-point shots up from Kilpatrick. Off the front rim, no good. Rebound offensively for Ernst, and she lost the handle on it. Now it's on the deck. Rice picks it up and goes up and lays it in for 2. Maya Rice now has 6 points. And the Pointers are doubling up the Jackets 20-10. Olsen in the front court. Pass comes left side. Here's Riot. Out on top now. Here's Olsen on the spin. Flipping up a shot, back rim and out. Rebound cleared by Kilpatrick. Coming forward now on the right-hand dribble is Punish. Jump shot now from Rice. Left side, free throw line extended, and that one is good. 4 quick points for Maya Rice, and it's now 22-10. Olsen into the front court now, picking up her dribble. As on top, now here's Mackenzie Lesha. Lesha going left side, now kicks in the corner. Olsen, she'll fire away from three-point range. That's off the back rim, no good. Rebound track down far side by Jesselyn Ernst. Lead pass in front court, now Rice, going right at Riot. Picking up her dribble, giving it off now for Ernst. Went up, lost the handle on the basketball. Picking it back up, though, was Panish. And now on the left side is Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick now coming left side. Tried to go for the shot. Got tied up by Megan Schaefer, but Schaefer will be whistled for the personal foul. That one coming with 8:23 remaining in the half. Hope Carlson's going to come in. Olsen will check out. Kilpatrick at the line here to shoot two. First free throw up and good. Stevens Point as a team, by the way, 60.5% from the stripe this season. They shoot 44.8% from the field. And they're out shooting and outscoring their opposition by 23 or so points per game. The Yellow Jackets now back to their direction with Schaefer as Kilpatrick goes 2 for 2. It's 24-10. Schaefer picking up her dribble, shovels it off now. Here's Lesha. Lesha putting it on the deck now. Trying to step through, lost the handle. Basketball picked up now by Charlotte Firstall, and she'll go up and spin with the right hand, kiss it off the window for two. Charlotte Firstall has her first bucket, 24-12 your score. On the right side now, Panish. Now on top, it's Rice. Rice looking down low. Now they stamp a pass left side for Smith. Carissa Smith off the pick there by Ernst. Had to go back down low with the pass. Knocked away by Hope Carlson. Turnover on the pointers. And now Riot into the front court. Maddie Riot will hand it off. Hope Carlson putting the ball on the deck. Now she'll step back. Kicks in the corner. Wide open. Riot. She'll fire from three-point range and knock it down. Maddie Riot with the triple. Good find there by Carlson. Nice hit from the left side corner by Riot to make it 24-15. Raiders in the front court now with Rice. Maya Rice going left side. Here's Kilpatrick. Coming off the screen, out on top. Panish giving it off now. Smith. Kilpatrick, 5 seconds to shoot. Kilpatrick on the crossover. Tried to go bounce pass for Ernst in the middle. Picked off now by Carlson. Hope Carlson coming in 2-on-1. Now she'll pick up her dribble. Trying to kick it to the outside. Now looking for Lesha, and it's picked off by Kilpatrick and then poked out of play by Mackenzie Lesha. Basketball will go back over now to UW Stevens Point. Claude comes back in. Lesher will check out. Hagen back into the ball game, as is Lily Truchon. Rigger in now. Hagen out on top. Lanisha into the front court. Gives the pass off now left side. Here's Rice. Free throw line extended, jump shot right side. That one out of play, and it goes out of. But they're going to call a foul on Firstall as she went barreling into Truchon on the right side. That's her second. She'll check out now. Hewitt will come back in. And while we trigger in now, right baseline here for Rice. 20 seconds to shoot, 6:32 remaining, half number one. Reminder at halftime, we'll have our first half summary, look at the first half stats, and we'll also have our Yellow Jacket sports summary. All that sponsored by Hovland Incorporated, 6 minutes and 22 seconds from now. In the meantime, here's Rice. Right side, Smith. Stepping back, goes up for three and knocks it down. Confident looking three-point bomb from Carissa Smith there on the right side. She now has 6. It's 27-15. Riot in the front court now. Right side here is Megan Schaefer. Claude out on top. Bounce pass now. Top of the key, actually free throw line extended for Kylie Hewitt. Carlson now stepping back. Bounce pass coming inside. Hewitt couldn't corral the pass. Knocked away. Turnover on the Yellow Jackets. 12-point lead for Stevens Point, looking to build on it now. Panish going left side now off the pass. Here's Hagen. Maya Rice, left side. Now Hagen rolling in the basket. Nice lob pass coming from Rice. To find Hagen, right side of the lane. Hope Carlson coming over defensively. Got her hand on the ball, but also got a piece of Hagen, and it'll be a foul on Hope Carlson. So Carlson, that'll be her first. Third team foul on the Yellow Jackets here in the second. Olsen comes back in. Schaefer checks out. Meanwhile, Loftus back in for the Pointers. And Hagen to the free throw line to shoot a pair here. First free throw is up and good. One more coming for the native of Duluth, Rachel Hagen. Former Duluth East Greyhound. Second free throw is good. So a bit of a homecoming for her. So far she has 5 points, and it's 29-15 now as Riyadh into the front court. Playing right side, picking up her dribble. Now Olsen out on top. Olsen for the Yellow Jackets, coming off the screen by Hewitt. Now lobs it, right side, Kylie Hewitt. Spinning now, loses the handle on the basketball. And they're going to call her for a travel. Turnover on the Yellow Jackets. Lapala comes back into the ballgame. She'll take out Claude. 5:09 remaining in half number one as Hagen will inbound. Pass comes in now for Loftus. In the front court now. And double team coming, and the timeout going to be called here as it found its way into the hands of Lily Truchon. She really didn't have an outlet, and Coach Matt Hockett going to take a 30-second timeout here. So far, score here in the second quarter, 11-5 in favor of the Pointers after outscoring the Jackets 18-10 in the first. Pointers now 10 for 19 from the field, shooting 52.6%. Jackets 6 for 18, shooting 33.3%. Jackets up to 8 turnovers now as well. Pointers have 9. But the accuracy has not been there here for the Yellow Jackets. UWS not a super offensive basketball team this year, averaging less than 50 points per game, right around 49 in fact. Shooting just 34% from the field as a team. Do shoot free throws well, and they do rebound well, but it's not enough accuracy from the floor. Meanwhile, the Pointers averaging about 75 points per contest. Inbound at right side. Now here's Loftus out on top. Shields, quick release, three-point shot. Rims out, no good. Rebound for Hagen. Back out on top. Now they swing it wide open. Three-point shot is up by Loftus. That's no good. Another offensive rebound, this time for Rice. Now Shields will go left side. We're going to have a whistle. And did they call a foul? I'm not sure what happened. I still don't know what happened. Anyway, they're going to inbound on the far side. Might have been an inadvertent whistle for all I know. There's 17 seconds on the shot clock, so that wasn't it. Anyway, Gary will inbound it now out on top. Loftus, and now her pass goes past Gary and out of play for a turnover. That's 10 turnovers on the Pointers. As Carlson now triggers in, here's Schaefer. Schaefer going right side now for the Yellow Jackets. Pass comes left side for Hope Carlson. Carlson for the Yellow Jackets. Spins on the left hand, tried to get a shot away, and instead she'll draw the foul. It's going to be whistled here on Hagen. That's her second. First foul against the Pointers here in quarter number 2, and Carlson goes to the free throw line to shoot 2. Kilpatrick's going to come back in. She'll check out Hagen, who has 2 fouls. Probably won't see her for the rest of the half, I wouldn't think. As Carlson to the free throw line to shoot a pair, like I said. Came in 80% from the free throw line. 2 for 2, now 2 for 3 as she rims out the first one. No good. One more coming for Hope Carlson. Second free throw is good. Carlson now has 3 points on 3 for 4 shooting from the free throw line. It's 29-16. In the front court now on the right-hand dribble, it's Ava Loftus. Now left side, here's Shields. Kilpatrick now coming off the screen out on top. Now Smith putting it on the deck with the runner. Back rim, out, no good. Rebound Grabbed out there by Mackenzie Lusha for the Yellow Jackets, and she'll lead UWS into the front court. Bounce pass right side now. Carlson head fake around Kilpatrick. Kira Latvala now top of the key for UWS. Turns, goes up with a shot, off the glass. That's no good. Rebound cleared under there by Loftus. Loftus back to their direction now. Pass comes left side. Now Smith on the wing. Versus Smith looking down low. Kilpatrick against Schaefer. Spins around her, and she's going to be called for a hook here. She got her arm around the Yellow Jacket sophomore guard, Megan Schaefer. That'll be her second team foul against the Pointers here in the second quarter. And now the Pointers are going to bring Rice back into the ball game. Also, we're going to see Kate Vandenberg for the first time for Stevens Point. Lusha now triggering in, and here's Schaefer into the front court. Bounce pass right side now. Here's Hope Carlson. Carlson going left side, picking up her dribble, now spinning away, has her shot blocked away on a nice defensive play by Lily Truchon. This ball picked up, the Pointers back to their direction. Here's Vandenberg into the front court. Left side Smith, quick release on the three-point shot, and it's good. Carissa Smith has a very soft and quick release on that three-point jump shot. She now has 9 on three-point makes, and it's 32-16. In the front court now, Lusha going right side. Pass comes back now. Here's Hewitt going up and laying it in for 2. Hewitt with the bucket, the assist to Lusha. 32-18. Right side, Vandenberg. Loftus looking down low, and then her pass goes past everybody and into the back court. Race for the basketball, and we're going to have a foul called on Rice, I think. It will be on Rice, her second. Now both teams have committed 3 fouls. So the Jackets now going to bring Olsen and Riot back in. We're also going to see the game debut here of Abby Johnson, the 5'9" freshman from Lake Nebagaman, former Northwestern High School Tiger, in for the first time. The 2:30 and counting remaining first half. Pass now in for Olsen. Bounce pass for Riot, right side. Riot playing left side now at the pass. Here's Schaefer. Now Riot, 8 seconds to shoot. Goes right to the basket, flips up a shot, misses the bunny right at the rim. Rebound fought for underneath, and it'll go out off of Schaefer on the baseline. We'll go back over. Yellow Jackets missing a couple of close-in looks. Riot had a nice move there, did everything but finish. And the lead remains at 14 here for the Pointers. Now Loftus will bring Stevens Point into the front court on the right-hand dribble. Pass comes left side now. Aubrey Smith in now for the first time. Working the perimeter now. They swing it. Here's Loftus getting a step, going all the way to the basket and laying it in for 2. Loftus' bucket makes it 34-18. Jackets in the front court. Now here's Olsen right side. 1:45 separating us from halftime here as Schaefer goes left side. Now she'll hand it off for Olsen. Olsen now stepping back. Johnson out on top. Right side now Riot. Riot with 8 seconds to shoot. Picks it out. Olsen, 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. And now she'll have it picked by Carissa Smith. Well, Olsen comes all the way in on the breakaway and lays it in for 2. And a timeout going to be called here by the Yellow Jackets. 1:19 remaining in the half. And the Pointers are in firm control now, 36-18. Pointers shooting the basketball well here, 52%, 13 out of 25. They clean this up as far as from the turnovers because they have 11 of them. It's going to make it very tough on the Jackets in the second half. UWS, meanwhile, 7 out of 22. They also have 9 turnovers. But the Pointers right now just making more shots than the Jackets. Sometimes it can be that simple. 13 field goal makes versus 7. Pointers also made 5 threes out of 11 tries. The Jackets 1 for 4. And the Yellow Jackets also being out-rebounded now by an 18-5 margin. Stevens Point just much more lively here. of all the numbers I was coming into this contest, that was the one I was probably expecting the Jackets to hold their own on the best here so far in the early going, but that has not been the case. In fact, if I look at those numbers a little bit more closely, Pointers have 2 more offensive rebounds than the Jackets have total rebounds. That's how it's been going on the backboards. Lesher triggering in now. Here's Olsen in the front court. Abby Johnson now. Beats the line, standing, hands it off. Here's Riot. Now Schaefer putting it on the deck. Out on top, ball fake now. Also Olsen. Schaefer, she'll fire from 3-point range and knock it down. Megan Schaefer with the 3. 36-21, under a minute remaining, first half. Loftus for the Pointers in the front court. Pass comes right side now. Kate Vandenberg. Vandenberg now right side, Loftus. Smith will swing it now left side. Lily Truchon looking down low now. She'll lob it inside. Aubrey Smith now against a double team. Goes up, gets the shot away, and still scores it. 38-21. 17-point lead now for the Pointers. Olsen in the front court for the Yellow Jackets. A 2-second difference between shot and game clock here as we tick down toward the end of this quarter. Here's Riot for the Yellow Jackets. Schaefer coming off the curl cut. Right side in the corner now. It's also Olsen. 7 seconds to shoot. Comes down the baseline. Gets cut off. Now Riot. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Somebody's going to have to shoot the ball. Olsen's shot comes out the front rim. It's out of play, and that is how the half will end. Buzzer sounds. There should be probably about maybe a second or two difference between shot and game clock here, and they're going to put .2 back up. So it's literally going to have to be a fling to the rim and then a tip. Riot looking the inbound. Lesha hits the deck, and now we're going to have a foul called. I think they're going to call this one on Carissa Smith of Stevens Point as Lesha hit the deck hard. That's going to be the 4th team foul, and now Carlson's going to come back in. Ernst is also going to check back in. It still needs to be a fling to the rim, to be honest with you, if the Jackets want to get anything out of it, as Lesha is up and very gingerly now walking off. Looks like Riot will inbound here. Riot getting it in, and nobody can catch it cleanly. Tried to force it in for either Carlson or Olsen, and that is how the half ends finally as the buzzer sounds. Red lights on behind both backboards. And we have played 20 minutes of this one between the Yellow Jackets and UW Stevens Point. Pointers in firm control right now. Your score after 2. UW Stevens Point 38, Yellow Jackets 21. We'll come back with our halftime programming sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. That's coming up right after this. This is UWS Women's Basketball on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Matt Johnson alongside my production engineer here at Yellow Jacket TV, Evan Ludwig, and our entire broadcast crew. Halfway home in this one, Yellow Jackets trailing UW Stevens Point 38-21 as we jump into our halftime programming, sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. Hovland Incorporated providing concrete, masonry, and design to the twin ports in the surrounding area. Hovland Incorporated, 218-722-1662. Jump into our first half summary. Look at the first half stats. Struggle for the Yellow Jackets offensively, shooting just 33% in that first half, but I think even more than that, the more surprising number so far is the rebounding story. Jackets with just 5 rebounds in the entire half. I can't remember the last time a Yellow Jacket men's or women's basketball team only had 5 rebounds in the entire first half. But that's where we stand right now. And the Pointers, despite being plus 13 in that rebounding advantage, that's not been the biggest difference in the ballgame. The biggest difference has just been shooting percentage. The Pointers 14 out of 26 in that opening half. Jackets 8 for 24. So the Pointers shooting 53.8%. The Yellow Jackets 33.3%. Stevens Point also 5 of 11 from beyond the arc. The Jackets 2 for 5. Free throw story, the Pointers so far perfect 5 for 5. The Jackets 3 for 4. But again, here's the rebounding story. 18-5 after 20 minutes. In fact, the Pointers have more offensive rebounds than the Jackets have total rebounds. And on the defensive glass, the Yellow Jackets have been out-rebounded by Stevens Point 7-4. So that's an area that the Yellow Jackets are really going to have to clean up in the second half. They want to have any chance of coming back in this one. 6 assists for the Jackets in that first half against 9 turnovers, while the Pointers had 6 assists against 11 turnovers. So the Jackets actually +2 in the turnover margin. But again, the shooting percentages and also the rebounding story really hurting the Yellow Jackets one half into this one. Individually, in that first half, the Jackets 5 points from Maddie Riot. She's 2 for 3 from the field and has a 3-point make on top of that for the Yellow Jackets in 15 minutes of play in that first half. 4 points so far for Kylie Hewitt on 2 for 6 shooting. 3 points so far for Hope Carlson, all on free throw makes. She's 3 for 4 from the stripe after 20 minutes. And then 2 points each so far for Charlotte Furstel, Mackenzie Lesha, and Elsa Olsen. Megan Schaefer also has a 3-point make in there for UWS. Meanwhile, for the Pointers, they're being led by Krista Smith, who had a really nice first half, has a really nice soft and quick release on her 3-point jump shot. 11 points for Smith so far, 4 for 7 shooting. She's 3 for 5 from beyond the arc. 8 points for Maya Rice, came in averaging about 15 per game. She's right on pace for that. In fact, maybe a little bit better. 8 points for her on 4 for 8 shooting. 5 points for Emma Kilpatrick. 5 points also for Rachel Hagan in that first half. 3 points so far for Maddie Murphy on a 3-point make, and then 2 points each so far for Ernst, Smith, and Loftus. Kilpatrick, meanwhile, with the 5 points, as I mentioned, she so far is 1 for 2 shooting in this ball game. We talked about the turnovers, the assists, also the rebounding story. In terms of fouls in that first half, there weren't a ton of whistles, but just enough to get a couple players in foul trouble. The Yellow Jackets were called for 5 fouls in that first half. The only player with 2 for UWS is Charlotte Furstel. Meanwhile, for the Pointers, they right now being called for 7 fouls, but only 4 players got whistled. So that means that 3 of the 4 players that got whistled in that first half of the Pointers all have 2 fouls. That being Rice, Kilpatrick, and also Hagan all have 2 fouls for UW Stevens Point. So that is our story. Halfway home in this one, your score after 20 minutes. UW Stevens Point 38, Yellow Jackets 21. We'll take another quick break before we come back with our Yellow Jacket sports summary. That's coming up in a couple minutes. This is UWS women's basketball on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMac Sports Network. Back here at the Mertz as our halftime programming, sponsored by Hovland Incorporated, rolls on. Yellow Jackets trailing by 17 heading into the third quarter. Give you our Yellow Jacket sports summary, by the way, as we take a look at what else is going on with Yellow Jacket athletics here on this mid-December Saturday afternoon into evening now. In case you missed it, game number 1 of our doubleheader here on Yellow Jacket TV. Men's basketball falling to UW Eau Claire. Yours truly on the call. That was also on 91.3 FM KUWS. Yellow Jackets falling to the number 22 ranked team in the country, UW Eau Claire, by the final score of 68-49. The Blue Golds, now at 10-0 on the season. Jackets falling to 2-8 overall with that loss. Evan Bennett led the way for the Yellow Jackets. Had a good game to the Superior native. 18 points. He was 6 for 10 from the field, 4 for 7 from beyond the arc in that contest. Jackets will be next in action next Saturday, December 20th, taking on Bethel right here at the Mertz. That's a joint broadcast, at least it's scheduled to be right now, on 91.3 FM KUWS and on Yellow Jacket TV. I know for a fact that I will not be here or not be available for that, so we may have a change of plans on that one. 1 p.m., by the way, the opening tip against the Royals, 12:45, the pregame on that one. Meanwhile, women's hockey at 1-9 heading into the day. They were 1-2 in the WIAC, dropped a 3-1 decision. Concordia Moorhead last night in non-conference action in Moorhead, Minnesota. In that contest, the Yellow Jackets' lone goal came from Kendall Gustafson at 9:34 of the second period. For the game, Concordia Moorhead held a 29-23 edge in shots on goal. Jada Moyer went all the way in goal for the Yellow Jackets, making 26 saves to take the loss. They played at Concordia Moorhead today in Game 2 of that series. That was a 1 p.m. opening faceoff for Moorhead. They'll next be at home after the first of the new year, Friday, January 2nd, taking on St. Benedict down the street at Westman Arena. That'll be a 6 p.m. opening faceoff, 5:45 the pregame. That'll be a joint broadcast with John Garver on 91.3 FM KUWS and also here on Yellow Jacket TV. Men's hockey now at 6-5-1 overall, 2-3 in the WIAC. They defeated Beloit 3-1 in WIAC conference action last night at Woodman Center down in Janesville. In that contest, the Yellow Jackets got goals from A.J. Reed at 3:38 of the first period and Tyler Ryder at 11:50 of the second to go along with an empty netter from Cade Shea at 19:47 of the third period to pick up the win. For the game, the Yellow Jackets held a 36-19 edge in shots on goal while Jack Boschert made 18 saves to get the win. They're playing Game 2 of their series tonight at Beloit in about a half hour, actually. 7 p.m. the opening faceoff against the Buccaneers, 6:30 the pregame. That game is actually over on 91.3 FM KUWS. John Garver will have the call with the pregame starting in about 5 or 6 minutes from there. And last but not least, men's and women's indoor track and field. Both teams participated at the CSS Early Bird hosted by St. Scholastica across the bridge at the Burns Wellness Commons in Duluth today. Action got underway for the two teams starting at 11 a.m. For full results there, you can go to uwsyellowjackets.com. So that'll put a wrap on our halftime programming, sponsored by Hovland Incorporated, as the Yellow Jackets trail this game against UW Stevens Point by the score of 38-21. We'll take one more quick break, and then we'll come back with the start of the third quarter of this contest between the Yellow Jackets and the Pointers. That's coming up in about 3 or 4 minutes. This is UWS Women's Basketball on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Back here at the Mertz, getting ready for the start of the third quarter of this contest between the Yellow Jackets and the Pointers. Quick reminder, the Yellow Jackets will be next in action after the Christmas Day holiday on Sunday, December 28th, taking on Ripon at the UW Oshkosh BSN Winter Classic, hosted by Oshkosh at Oshkosh Arena. It'll be a 1 p.m. opening tip. The Yellow Jackets will also take on the Titans the following day. They'll next be at home on New Year's Eve, Wednesday, December 31st, taking on Carleton for the second time this season. Jackets defeated the Knights in their second game of the season down in Northfield, Minnesota earlier on. They'll take on the Knights for the second time here in the 2025 calendar year, the final day of the calendar year of 2025. That'll be a 1 p.m. opening tip here from the Mertz, 12:45 the pregame. That'll be Yellow Jacket TV broadcast only. Meanwhile, our next radio broadcast of Yellow Jacket women's basketball will come up on Saturday, January 3rd against Lawrence here at the Mertz. That'll be a 1 p.m. opening tip, 12:45 the pregame. That'll be a joint broadcast on 91.3 FM KUWS and on Yellow Jacket TV. In the meantime, the two teams getting ready to start this third quarter. Jackets are going from left to right here in this second half. From my vantage point, the Pointers, meanwhile, will be going from right to left here in this second 20 minutes. And I've lost track of who's going to have the basketball first, so I guess we'll find out when the two teams actually take the court here as the buzzer sounds, bringing halftime to a close. Looks like it'll be UWS that'll have it first as Maddie Riot goes over to inbound for the Yellow Jackets right near midcourt. Mackenzie Lush is back in there after taking a heavy tumble at the end of the half. Looks like she's all right. Everyone will be happy for that. Lush, a two-sport athlete here at UWS. Is on the softball team as well for head coach Melissa Fracker. As we begin the third quarter. Riot's pass now comes out on top after the inbounds. Here's Charlotte Fursel. She'll take an 18-foot jump shot right side. Skims the rim. No good. Rebound grabbed by Carissa Smith. She's having a good ball game so far. 11 points already for Smith, and she'll hand it off now. And here is Lainey Ponish leading the Pointers into the front court. Pass comes left side for Smith, looking down low. Gives it off now. Here's Maya Rice. Rice now giving it back left side. Here's Smith now on the baseline. She picks up her dribble off in the corner now for Rice. 8 seconds to shoot for the Pointers. Goes left side now against Lesha. Kicks it back out. Here's Smith. Quick release jump shot. She steps inside the arc. Front rim it out. No good. Rebound cleared by Mackenzie Lesha. And now it's Maddie Riot for the Yellow Jackets into the front court on the right-hand dribble. And also Olsen off in the corner. Lobbing a pass down low, looking for Fursel. Knocked away by Ernst. Good defense by her. Turnover Jackets. And now back behind everybody going in and laying it in for two is going to be Emma Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick has 7. The lead is 19 now, 40-21. Olsen now bounce pass right side. Here's Schaefer coming off the screen now by Furstel. Schaefer, free throw line jump shot is up. That's off the mark. No good. Rebound grab now by Rice. Now Maya Rice coming into the front court. Ends it off. Smith. 3-point shot's up and good. 5 quick points now by the Pointers, and it's 43-21 and a quick timeout. 30-second called by Evelyn Parsons. Pointers coming out. Knocking down their first 2 shots. And they now lead it by 22 here. By the way, fans, have you downloaded Swarm Central, the official rewards and loyalty app of the Yellow Jackets? Get started and receive 200 points just for registering and 200 more for downloading the app. Redeem your points for cool prizes in the Swarm Central store. Find Swarm Central in the Apple and Google stores today. So Stevens Point, NCAA tournament team from a year ago. 7-0 on the campaign, looking to make it 8-0. And right now, like I said, they're in control, leading it by 22 here with 8:30 remaining third quarter. A tough day for Yellow Jacket basketball. The men getting beat by nearly 20 by UW Eau Claire in our first game, and the women down now by 22. And as we come out of the timeout, with 8 minutes plus in the third quarter. Here now is Maddie Riot, right side, going down toward the baseline, gets cut off. As a pass outside, here's Charlotte Furstel. Her pass over the top. I'm not sure where she was trying to go with that one. It was nowhere near Megan Schaefer as it bounds out of play, far side. Hope Carlson going to come in. She'll take out Riot. The inbounds pass now coming in. And now Rice will play point here on this sequence for the Pointers. Goes right side with the pass. Ponish Looking down low. Back for Rice. Out on top now. Comes off the screen. Kicks it in the corner. Smith, quick release. 3-point shots up. That one spins out. No good. Rebound cleared by UWS's Firstel. Back to the direction now. Also Olsen handing it off. Here's Schaefer out on top. Lesha looking down low. Lesha putting it on the deck. Goes down toward the baseline. Picks up her dribble. Now kicks it back outside, and it's off the hands of Carlson, and another turnover. Lesha will check out. So will Olsen. Claude comes back in. So does Riot. And the Pointers will trigger it in here. Ponish now on the right-hand dribble. Going left side. Cursa Smith looking down low. Bounce pass. Kilpatrick now spinning around Riyadh. Goes up with jump shot just outside the lane and gets it to go down for two. Big smile on her face as she comes back down the other direction. And the Pointers now up, more than doubling up the Yellow Jackets at 45-21. Schaefer in the front court. Pass comes right side now, Riyadh. Maddie Riyadh for the Yellow Jackets. Her pass down low, looking for Schaefer. That one was knocked away, picked up by Claude. Now bounce pass for Schaefer. Going on the baseline, steps inside, had her shot blocked away by Ernst on the help side defense, and it'll stay with the Yellow Jackets as Hewitt comes back in. She'll take out Firstel, and Riyadh will inbound now right baseline. 6:56 remaining. Third quarter. Riyadh triggering in now. Here's Schaefer putting it on the deck. Spinning now outside. Here's Riyadh putting on the deck, and now she's going to draw a foul, it looks like. I thought they might call her for steps, but instead they're going to say that Rice is into her back, it looks like. Panish is going to get whistled for the call on that one, and it'll be foul on Panish is her first. Triggering it in now, Riyadh. Getting a pass down low now from Hewitt. Now Hewitt gets the pass back, kicks it out on top. Carlson will fire away from three-point range and knock it down. Hope Carlson with the triple. She's got 6. Jackets on the board for the first time here in the third. It's 45-24. Left side now, Smith looking down low. Off the curl cut, here's Rice, and we're going to have an offensive foul called on the screen action away from the ball. Trushan's going to come back in. Going to call on Ernst on the screen. That's her first, second team foul on the Pointers here in the third quarter. Carlson will trigger it in now for Schaefer. Now in the front court. Bounce pass comes right side now. Here's Riyadh for the Yellow Jackets. Going around the baseline. Pass back now, Hewitt. When the ball on the deck gets stripped of the basketball by Smith. Turnover on the Yellow Jackets. Smith now into the corner. Rice open. She'll fire from three-point range. Off the back rim, no good. Rebound cleared there by Megan Schaefer. Jackets had only 5 rebounds in the opening 20 minutes. Schaefer with a rebound there off the miss. Bounce pass for Claude, right side. Colleen Claude for the Yellow Jackets. Carlson. Bounce pass in the corner now. Here's Riyadh. Maddie Riyadh for the Yellow Jackets. Pass now comes for Claude. She'll turn, spin, goes up with the jump shot. Off the back rim, no good. Rebound batted out of play off UWS. It'll go back over now to the Pointers. Olsen will come back in. She'll take out Schaefer. Jackets now picking up full court here. Hagan comes back in, by the way, for Stevens Point. Pass comes in now for Smith. Smith now, Loftus also back in there. 1-3-1. Pointers coming across the timeline. Here's Trushan. Giving it back out on top. Now they swing in the corner. Here's Rice. Now Smith putting on the deck. Hagan. Wide open from the free throw line. Jump shot is Trushan. Her shot off the mark, no good. Rebound bounding out of play, and it'll go out off the Yellow Jackets. Over the baseline, we'll stay with the Pointers here. 5:09 remaining, third quarter. Abby Johnson's going to come back in. She's going to take out Hope Carlson. And Maya Rice is going to inbound now left baseline here for Stevens Point. Pass comes in. Trushan, open right side, now fades away, goes up off the glass and gets it to go down for 2. Lily Trushan with the bucket. 47-24. Claude now right side. Playing right side, Claude gets stripped of the basketball by Hagan. Turnover on the Yellow Jackets. Now Loftus, open is Smith. She'll fire from 3 and knock it down. 50-24, now 26-point margin. Smith now has 17 points. Quick release, soft release also on top of that. That's a tough combo. Now here's Claude in the front court. Out on top now Johnson. She'll hand it off now. Olsen. 5 seconds to shoot. Hewitt out on top. Kylie Hewitt putting on the deck. And we're going to have a bailout foul here called on the baseline against the Pointers, it looks like. Because that possession was going nowhere. Called on Carissa Smith. Well, the only thing she hasn't excelled at here so far today is Lafayette comes back in. So does Carlson. So does Lesha. Trigger in now, left baseline. It'll be done by Olsen. They'll have 20 seconds to shoot. Lobs it in now for Carlson. Pass comes down low. Now Riot spinning away from traffic. Goes up with a short jump shot and gets it to go down for 2. Maddie Riot now has 7 points. 50-26. More full court pressure from the Jackets. Pointers come across the timeline. Pass comes left side now. Here's Gary. Now Smith playing left side. Pass from Truchon. Picked off now by Hope Carlson. Carlson coming in one-on-one with her opposite number. Goes all the way to the rim and lays it in for 2. Hope Carlson for the Yellow Jackets. She's having a nice game. Her bucket makes it 50-28. 3:30 and counting remaining third quarter. Smith now. Loses the handle on the basketball. Carlson again. Jackets back 2-on-1. Carlson's pass for Riot. Took her away from the basket, so now she'll dribble it back out and reset the offense. Olsen on the right side. Now she steps back, fires from 3, and it's good. Elsa Olsen with the triple. UWS now has rattled off 7 in a row, and they're within 19 at 50-31. Smith, her pass in the front court. That's knocked away. Stolen away by Carlson. Carlson now bounce pass Olsen with the reverse layup, and it's good. The Jackets now have run off 9 in a row, and Matt Hockett has decided that's enough. He's going to call a timeout here. 50-33, so a little bit of life here from the Jackets in this third quarter. Now both teams have scored 12 points here in the frame. So far here in the quarter, Jackets 5 for 9. They're up to 39.4% shooting. 14 turnovers. The Pointers so far now up to 15. Good offensive team, though, are the Pointers, shooting 54.3%. And they've also got good balance. So far in the quarter, the Pointers are 5 for 9, but they've also committed a series of turnovers against this full-court press the Jackets have slapped on them. 1-3-1 has been the full-court look. Looks like assistant coach Owen Tooney has been the one who has been dialing it up down there. Coach Matt Hockett in his 3rd season brought Stevens Point back to the NCAA tournament for the first time in like a decade, I think, last year. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what it was. It's been quite a while since the Pointers had, like I said, gone to the NCAA tournament. They went through a bit of a downturn for a few years, and now they're definitely on the upswing, though, under Matt Hockett. Like I said, in his 3rd season now, he has been a part of Stevens Point basketball in one form or another for many years, and certainly has the women's program on the right track based on what we've seen so far here today. As we come out timeout, Jackets still with that 1-3-1. Carissa Smith will inbound here for Stevens Point. Pass comes in now as Ponish comes back into the contest. Now Gary into the front court. Hagan also back in, and now the Pointers will set the offense as they cross the timeline. Hagan right side. Ponish kicks it outside. Smith for 3. Halfway down, popped out, no good. Rebound cleared by UWS's Hope Carlson, who's had a nice game here so far today, the St. Scholastica transfer. Got 8 points in the ballgame. Has a couple of steals. Also made a couple of nice defensive plays other than the steals. Riot now for the Jackets. Bounce pass comes out on top. Here's Elsa Olsen for UWS. Olsen trying to step through, and she gets tied up. And they're going to call a jump ball. That's the right call. Hagan came over, got her hand on the basketball, and it will go back over now to the Pointers. With 2:03 left in the quarter, Schaefer comes back in, so does Rice. And Kilpatrick now for Stevens Point. Pass coming down from Kilpatrick. Jackets again in that 1-3-1. Here's Smith, and they're now going to blow the whistle, and the shot clock didn't start on time. That's the reason for the stoppage here. So they're going to have to figure that out. By the way, Yellow Jacket fans, get the same gear the Yellow Jackets wear by visiting the Yellow Jacket apparel and merchandise store. Browse the latest styles of gear, including shirts, shorts, sweatshirts, outerwear, and more. The Yellow Jackets apparel and merchandise store can be found at uwsyellowjackets.com/shop. Inbound will come now on the far side. It'll be Kilpatrick that'll inbound it here for the Pointers. Lobs it in now for Smith. No punish. Her pass, that's picked off by Carlson. Carlson now coming in, goes up with the shot. Off the window, gets it to go down for two, and will draw the foul. Hope Carlson coming alive here in this third quarter. Hope Carlson in this 1-3-1. Maybe that's the magic formula for her. She's now up to 10 points. Foul whistled against Carissa Smith, by the way. That's her second. Loftus comes into the contest. She will check out Punish. Meanwhile, Kylie Hewitt comes back in. Carlson to the free throw line now. Looking for an old-fashioned three-point play. Jackets have run off 11 in a row. Make it 12 as she knocks down the free throw. 50-36 so now is your score. Kilpatrick now inbounding it. Here's Smith into the front court. Now Rice. Now Ernst behind everybody. Goes all the way in. Had the ball slapped away by Latvala, and they're going to call a foul on Kira Latvala. Came in from the backside against Ernst. And I think it's going to be free throws for Jesselyn Ernst. Miners as a team shoot free throws at 60.5%. First free throw from Ernst off the back rim and out, no good. Ernst, 16 out of 28 on the season coming into the day at 57.1%. Misses her first there. She's got one more coming. Second free throw is good. Rattle around a lot, but it stayed down. 1 for 2 for Ernst. She has 3 points. It's 51-36 now as we tick down toward the last 90 seconds of quarter number 3. Schaefer for the Jackets in the front court, hands it off Latvala. Now Riot, top of the key. Bounce pass now. Here's Hewitt. Hewitt, Schaefer. Steps behind the screen. Now will fire away from three-point range. Spins out, no good. Rebound grab by Ernst. And now back to the way. Here's Loftus. Weaving her way through traffic. Kicks it in the corner. Now open is Smith. She'll fire from three. That one's off the back rim. No good. Rebound for Ernst. Goes up and lays it in for two. Just got inside position against both Schaefer and Riot. Goes up, lays it in. She's got 5, and it's now back up to a 17-point deficit. 53-36. Schaefer now. Inside. Here's Hewitt against Ernst. Going up with the right hand. That's off the glass. That's no good. Rebound grab by Kilpatrick as we're under a minute remaining, third quarter. Ava Loftus for the Pointers. And now we're going to have a whistle and a foul called on the Jackets. We're going to get Kylie Hewitt, it looks like, down low. Fighting up against Ernst. Lusha and Claude are going to come back in. And we'll have an inbounds now left baseline. Maya Rice will do the inbounding here for the Pointers. Pass comes inside for Ernst. Couldn't handle the pass. Matt Hockett doing a little bit of body language, trying to keep the ball in play. Like it when the coaches get that involved, though. I'm always impressed by coaches who have that kind of energy. Off the turnover, it's Schaefer into the front court. Now here is Carlson going right at Ernst. Shot off the mark, no good. Hewitt trying to follow it up. Now it's on the deck, and we're going to have a tie-up. Alternating possession will be Yellow Jacket basketball here with 31.4 ticks of the clock remaining. Third quarter. Lesho will inbound with 16 seconds to shoot, right side. Schaefer now down low. Here's Hewitt. Hewitt going high off the glass with a shot against Kilpatrick. That's off the mark. Kilpatrick grabs the rebound, then she kicks the basketball, and we're going to have a foul called on the Jackets, I think. It's going to be on Lesha, I believe. That'll be her first. Jackets picking up full court. The pass comes in now. Loftus. Shot clock is off. Price in the front court. Now Ernst against Lesha coming down low. Goes up, lays it in, but they're going to draw an offensive foul against Jesselyn Ernst. Lesha beating her to the spot. Left side block. Riot's not going to check back in. Claude's going to check out. Carlson now will trigger it in here. Schaefer. Schaefer in the front court now with 8 seconds remaining in the quarter. Schaefer going right side. Comes in deep. Now kicks it outside. Carlson. She'll tee up a three-point shot from there, and it's good. Hope Carlson with the three. She has 14. The lead is 14, and that is how the third quarter ends here from the Mertz. So a little bit of life here from the Yellow Jackets. Trailed by as many as 26 in the quarter. Now only down by 14. Might not sound like much right now, but based on how the game was going, that was pretty good by the Jackets to come back that way. They now up to 38.5% shooting. The Pointers still over 50% at 52.6. EWS 5 for 9 from beyond the arc. The Pointers 7 for 17. Jackets 4 for 5 from the stripe. The Pointers 6 for 7. Pointers 24-10 the edge in rebounding. Although the rebounding got better in that quarter for the Jackets. They only had 5 rebounds at halftime. They grabbed 5 rebounds themselves just in that third quarter. Meanwhile, the turnovers in the ball game, Jackets plus 3 there. 15 giveaways for the Jackets through 3. The Pointers so far have 18 giveaways. Jackets with 10 assists, while the Pointers have 8. Meanwhile, in terms of scoring in this ball game, each team has 1 player in double figures. Carissa Smith for the Pointers, 17 points. She's 6 out of 13 from the field and 5 for 10 from beyond the arc. Like I said, I really like her release. It's quick, it's accurate, and it's soft. Those are 3 things that are sometimes don't always go in order or go together when it comes to a quick release. Sometimes it's depends on, of course, your arm angle and rotation on the basketball, but she's got a soft release. As I mentioned, 17 points for her, 9 for Kilpatrick, 8 for Rice, 5 each for Ernst and Hagen, 3 for Murphy, and still 2 for Smith, Loftus, and Truchon. Yellow Jackets, 14 points from Hope Carlson. Her releases look good today as well. She's got 4 for 7 shooting so far, 2 for 2 from beyond the arc, and 4 for 5 from the stripe. She's also got 5 steals in the ball game. And she has been by far the Yellow Jackets' best player here so far this afternoon. Fourth quarter is upon us here. The Pointers will have the basketball first. It'll be the aforementioned Carissa Smith that'll inbound it. She triggers in now for Lainey Ponish. And Ponish is going to draw a foul as she comes across the timeline against Megan Schaefer. Schaefer going to be called on the reach-in. That'll be her second personal, first of the fourth quarter. Smith will inbound again here, get back for Ponish. Ponish now trying the double team. Pass comes for Ernst. Now Rice on the baseline. She'll step back. She'll pull up from 18 feet. Getting a piece of it was Lesha. Ball picked up, though, by Smith. Gives it inside. Now Kilpatrick. Now she gets stripped of the basketball, and it'll go out of play. And I think it'll stay with the Pointers here. Actually, they're going to call foul. And they're going to give it to Lesha, it looks like. So Mackenzie Lesha with her second personal, and now Kilpatrick to the free throw line to shoot 2. Came in 2 for 2 from the stripe. Misses the first. She's got 1 more coming. Second one is good. So she goes 1 for 2 from the stripe. She now has 10 points. Second player in the double figures for the Pointers. 54-39, 15-point lead now for Stevens Point. Riot the front court. Playing left side now, picking up her dribble. Kicks it right side, Olsen. Elsa Olsen for the Yellow Jackets. Out on top now, Riot. Maddie Riot putting on the deck and brings it Smith. Ball fades away from about 10 feet left side of the lane. Rims out, no good. Rebound now for Kilpatrick. And into the front court now come the Pointers on the right side. Here's Ponish. Laney Ponish. Swing it left side. Rice in the corner now. Kilpatrick putting it on the deck against Carlson. 10 seconds to shoot. Gets double teamed left side block. Now hands it off. And Smith with the just quick little release. Left side of the lane for 2 more. She's got 19 to lead all scores. And the lead back up to 17. Riot in the front court. Carlson. Left side now, Riot. Lesha. Now Hope Carlson stepping through. Her shot blocked away by Jesselyn Ernst. Back on the front court now, Smith. Punish into the corner now, Rice. Lobbing it down low. Ernst getting inside position. Going up with the shot. Left it off the underside of the rim. No good. Offensive rebound flipped up by Rice. No good. But she'll draw the foul and shoot 2. Rebounding's been a problem for the Jackets today. No question about it. Minus 14 on the board so far here in this one. Claude's going to come back in. So is Charlotte Firstel. Hope Carlson's going to check out now. And Rice to the free throw line now to shoot 2. Rice's first free throw is off the back rim, no good. She's got 1 more coming. Rice 77.8% coming into the day. Second free throw up and good. So she's 1 for 2 on that trip. She's got 9, and it's now an 18-point lead. 57-39 for Stevens Point. Schaefer in the front court. Riot right side. Pass comes out on top now. Claude looking down low. Instead she'll swing it left side. Now here's Lesha. Lesha putting on the deck. Steps through. Kicks it out. Riot passes up the 3. Now gives it on top for Schaefer. Now Lesha lines up the 3. Right side wing. Off the back rim. No good. Rebound Kilpatrick. And a reach-in foul going to be called against Claude. That's her first. 14 foul in the Yellow Jackets already, and we've played 2 minutes and 4 seconds of this fourth quarter. And now we're going to have an offensive foul called here against Ponish. Pushed off against Lesha on the full court pressure. So turn over the Jackets now. Will inbound left baseline. It'll be Mackenzie Lesha that'll do the honors here. Pass comes in now for Riot, and now she's going to be called for a travel. So we're trading turnovers here at the start of the fourth quarter. Jackets continue to pick up full court. Smith triggering it in. Ponish back for Smith. Now in the front court, here's Rice. Maya Rice now stepping through. She'll hand it off Kilpatrick. Bounce pass in the corner. Now Smith gets a step on the baseline. Flips up a shot and gets it to roll down for 2 more. She's got 21 in the game. Versus Smith having a big game. And now it's a 20-point lead again at 59-39. Riot. Lesha out on top. Puts the ball on the deck. Comes off the screen by Firstel. Goes down toward the baseline. Kicks it back now. Here's Claude. Now Schaefer passes up the 3-point try. Hands it off now. Here's Claude. Lesha putting it on the deck. Tried to flip a pass for Firstel. That one was intercepted. Picked off by Rice. Turnover on the Yellow Jackets. Now Ponish in the front court. Pass comes left side. Now Smith. Under 7 minutes now left, fourth quarter. Pointers have led basically all the way. Kilpatrick, now she'll fire from 3. Off the back rim, no good. Rebound for Megan Schaefer. Schaefer for the Jackets into the front court. Riot right wing. Maddie Riot putting it on the deck. Bounce pass now. Here's Firstel. Backing down low now against Ernst. Has her shot blocked. Then she's trying to save it in right to Firstel. Lusha now for the Jackets with a head fake. Goes up with a shot. Off the back rim. That's no good. And the rebound now finds its way for Emma Kilpatrick. And now the Pointers will slow it down. No need for them to be in a hurry. They're up by 20 here. Smith on the left side. Now they go into the corner. Bonish. Now Kilpatrick getting around Riot. Short jumper. Left side baseline. No good. Front rim and out. Rebound grab by Charlotte Firstel for UWS. And now Riot will take over point here on this possession for the Jackets as she crosses the timeline. Riot going right side. Kicks it back out on top. Now Lesha back inside. Now here's Firstel. Charlotte Firstel going inside. Goes up. Off the window and gets it to go down for two. And a timeout, 32nd, called here by Evelyn Parsons and company. 59-41 your score. After today, the Jackets will take a couple of weeks off before they play again at the UW Oshkosh BSN Winter Classic hosted by Oshkosh at the Oshkosh Arena. That'll be against Ripon. That'll be on Sunday, December 28th. So Jackets will wait until after the holiday break. They'll play 2 games in Oshkosh, then they'll be back home on Wednesday the 31st. So on New Year's Eve, they'll take on Carleton at 1 p.m. That'll be a 12:45 pregame on Yellow Jacket TV. The next radio broadcast will be coming up on Saturday, January 3rd, when they take on Lawrence in non-conference action. 1 p.m. the opening tip here from the Merge. 12:45 the pregame. That'll be a joint broadcast on 91.3 FM KUWS and on Yellow Jacket TV. And that'll be like I said, a joint broadcast with yours truly on the call. In the meantime, we come out of the timeout. Jackets going to go back to the 1-3-1 here. Now Smith now inbounds. Loftus back in now for the Pointers. And triggers it in. Now Rice right at midcourt. Gives it off for Loftus. Hagan also back in there for Stevens Point. As they swing it now for Smith, left wing. Smith now turning. Jackets falling back into 1-3-1. Smith will fire away from 3 out the back rim, no good. Rebound grab by Abby Johnson, who's back in for UWS. And now Olsen crosses the timeline, right hand dribble. Lost the handle on it and will go out of play. Unforced error there by the Jackets. Haven't had as many of them as they did against Stout. It's those little things that Jackets have yet to really kind of clean up this season that we've seen. And part of the learning experience. It's one of the things that Coach Evelyn Parsons talked about in our pregame interview, just concentrating on getting better each day. And it is a process and sometimes can take some time for sure. Now pass to the left side. And as the Pointers in the front court for Hagan, knocked away from behind by Carlson. It'll stay with the Pointers. It's the best I've seen Hope Carlson look here for the Yellow Jackets. She's had a nice game today. She's played well on both ends of the floor for that matter. As Rice kicks it in now, here's Smith. Smith now bounce pass out on top. 8 seconds to shoot. Pass comes left side. Now Smith bounce pass. Hagan back out on top. 3-point shots up from Loftus. Off the rim, no good. Offensive rebound. That's been a killer for the Yellow Jackets so far today as Rice now getting on the baseline. Goes up for the shot. Met in the air there by Carlson. Missed the shot. Ball's on the deck, and Carlson comes out there with it for UWS. Hope Carlson, and now she gets tripped up by Rice, and it's going to be a foul on Maya Rice here. For Rice, that'll be her third. It'll be the second on the Pointers here in the fourth. Brenna Gary's going to come back into the ball game. She's going to take out Rice. And Riad's going to inbound now for UWS. Pass comes in now, and here's Olsen. Olsen for the Jackets in the front court. Carlson now, free throw line extended. Trying to turn, flips up a shot, up and under, and goes up off the glass for two. Nice move there. Lily Truchon actually had good position defensively, but a nice move there by Carlson. Up and under. She's got 16 now in the ball game. 59-43 as we're into the front court. About to go under 4 minutes left now in the fourth quarter. Smith on the right side. Hagan now trying to step through. Ball's knocked away by Carlson. Now on the right side here is Loftus, and we're going to have a whistle and a 30-second timeout now called by the Pointers. 3:48 remaining here, fourth quarter. Just a 30-second timeout here. 3:48 left. Jackets have just one timeout left. If anything else, the Yellow Jackets certainly have played better in this fourth quarter than they did on Saturday against Stout. It was a bit of a shocker, really. The Yellow Jackets within one against the Blue Devils going to the fourth quarter. The Blue Devils changed up their defense, put a lot of pressure on the perimeter, and the Jackets just could not handle it. So far, they've been outscored 6-4 here in this quarter, but again, the Yellow Jackets, they had 30 turnovers in that ball game. This one they have 18, so it's been better from that regard. They're still +1 in the turnover margin in this game. Yellow Jackets' problem this one just has been that they haven't been able to shoot the basketball as well as the Pointers have. And not surprising, the Pointers a good shooting team. Came in shooting 44.8% as a team, holding opposition to 32.1%. Scoring 75 a game, so the defense has been pretty good. Again, the offense just has not been there. As off the inbounds now, Smith, as the shot clock was expiring, going to the left side, trying to go for a runner off the glass, and nice defensive possession there for the Jackets. Creates the violation, and the Yellow Jackets will put it back in play now, trailing up by 16 with 3 minutes and 35 seconds remaining. UWS in the front court. Now here's Carlson. And right at Truchon. Putting up the shot again inside. Couldn't get that one to go. Off the back rim, no good. Rebound cleared by Hagen. And now in the front court comes Ava Loftus. Bounce pass now, Truchon, right side against Carlson. Goes up off the window for two. Truchon, the native of Herbster, Wisconsin, South Shore high school graduate, local product, gets the bucket to make it a 18-point game. Then coming back the other way is Megan Schaefer, going left side and getting that bucket. Make it 61-45. Under 3 now remaining, fourth quarter. Hagen, Loftus out on top. Now Smith again. By the way, stick around. We'll go right into our post-game show, sponsored by Synovus Energy and the Spirit Refinery once we go final. And now the bucket inside again by Loftus, and another timeout going to be called here. Sometimes you wonder about the use of the timeouts. We're working on situational stuff, or sometimes that'll happen, but in the meantime, we are back to live action. Kira Latvala back in for the Jackets. Carlson now left side. Latvala putting it on the deck, now steps through, goes with the runner in the lane, off the back rim, no good. Rebound, Kilpatrick, who's back in there. Now Loftus. Pass coming right side now. Jackets aggressively pressing here. Gary into the front court now for Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick now, and we're going to have a tie-up. Good hustle defensively by the Jackets. It'll be UWS basketball here with 2:07 now left. Riyad's going to come back in. She'll take out Latvala. Meanwhile, Lesha will inbound here for the Yellow Jackets. Lesha inbounding it now. Here's Olsen. Olsen for the Yellow Jackets. Comes into the front court. Riot now, free throw line extended, putting it on the deck. Riot now kicking it to the corner. Lesha will fire away from three-point range. That one's off of Truchon and out of play. It was wide to the left. Stay with the Jackets here. 1:49 now left. Olsen will inbound now. They'll lob it in now. Will Olsen. Carlson. Lesha putting on the deck. Now Olsen. Olsen Inside now, Carlson with 3 seconds to shoot. Goes up off the glass and gets it to go down for two. Hope Carlson having a really good game. 18 points for Carlson. 63-47. She's easily been the best Yellow Jacket on the court today. Now Kilpatrick into the front court. And we're going to have a reach-in foul called here on the Yellow Jackets. That'll be the 15th foul against the Yellow Jackets. And that'll send us into our very first Superior Water, Light, and Power bonus. Superior Water, Light, and Power, clean, reliable, superior. That's SWLP. As at the line is Kilpatrick. Her first free throw is good. 1:27 now left. Again, stick around. We'll go right into our post game, sponsored by Synovus Energy and the Superior Refinery once we go final here. Second free throw is no good by Kilpatrick. Rebound grab now by Lusha. 64-47 your score. Lusha in the front court now. On the left side, here's Riot. Carlson. She'll pull a jump shot. 15 feet. Back rim and out. No good. Rebound grabbed on there by Gary. We're about to go under a minute now left in this one. Here's Loftus now dribbling off of her foot. Turnover. Picked up now by UWS's Carlson. Carlson going all the way to the rim. Goes off the window with the left hand for two more. She's got 20 points in the game. Hope Carlson makes it 64-49. Now Kilpatrick. Truchon behind everybody. Going up and under and got the basket to go down. And then we're going to have a hard tumble to the floor by Hope Carlson. She's up to her feet, but boy, did she take a hard fall. And she looks like she's all right, but wow. That's one of those where you just hope, after the game that she's had, especially, that she wouldn't get injured. She looks like she's fine, but didn't look good there for a second. She went face down onto the court on the head fake there by Lily Truchon, and boy, like I said, I was hoping that she would be all right here. 66-49, free throw from Truchon's wide to the right, no good. Rebound grab by Rice. Truchon now out on top, 40 seconds left. Now Rice will fire from three. That one's over the top of everything. Ball's on the deck over there. Coming out there with it is Schaefer. And now a timeout going to be called. I'm not sure why. 32.3 seconds left. I guess they want to use up all their timeouts. 32.3 seconds now left. Seems like this is a situational thing here for Evelyn Parsons based on what I can see from the huddle here. It looks like she's dialing up a specific play here. Like I said, she's trying to draw something up specifically. Jackets now breaking the huddle. It's only a 3-second difference between shot and game clock here. Leschel inbound. UWS is also brought in, by the way, Addison Allard for the first time, 5'5" freshman from Otsego, Minnesota. I'm guessing this is a specific situation here now. The Jackets will be working on here situationally, like I said, as Lesha triggering in now. Here's Olsen, front court now, right side. Schaefer. And the bounce pass through the legs of Lesha, and out of play, it'll be a turnover. 22.2 seconds left. This one's about done. Kira Mackey in now for Stevens Point. And now this ball knocked out of play by Schaefer. Tried to snap a pass from Murphy near side. Mackey will inbound again here. Sophomore from Escanaba, Michigan. 14.9 seconds is all that's left here. We'll just lob it in the front court, picked off by Carlson. Carlson now for Schaefer, wasn't looking for the pass, now picks it up, 8 seconds left. Lesha will fire from 3, it's off the front rim, no good. Rebound grabbed by Loftus, and that'll do it. 2 seconds, 1 second. Buzzer sounds, and we have a final here from the Merch. Your final score, Stevens Point defeats the Yellow Jackets. Pointers now up to 8-0. The Yellow Jackets fall to 2-7. 66-49 your final as we jump right into our postgame. Sponsored by Synovus Energy and the Spirit Refinery. Synovus Energy, we energize the world to make people's lives better. Final numbers from this one. UWS ends up shooting 37% for the game, 20 out of 54. The Pointers 25 out of 52, 48.1%. UWS 5 for 12 from beyond the arc. Pointers 7 for 21. Jackets were 4 for 5 from the free throw line. The Pointers 9 for 14. Big number here. The Pointers plus 19 in rebounding, including 12 to 3 in offensive rebounds. Turnovers in the ball game. Jackets had 12 assists against 19 turnovers. The Pointers with 10 assists against 23 turnovers in the contest. Individually, UWS led today by Hope Carlson. Had a really good game, did the junior. Best player on the court for the Yellow Jackets by far. She would be your postgame show player of the game. 20 points for Carlson, 7 for 13 shooting, 2 for 2 from long range, and 4 for 5 from the stripes. She also had 3 assists to go with 8 steals in the ball game. Nobody else for the Yellow Jackets in double figures, although Elsa Olsen and Matt Riyad each had 7 points. 5 in the game for Schaefer, 4 points for Firstel, and 2 for Lesha in the ball game. Meanwhile, for the Pointers, 21 points for Carissa Smith. She led all scores. 8 for 17 shooting for her, 5 for 11 from beyond the arc. Double-double for Emma Kilpatrick, 11 points on 3 for 6 shooting, 4 for 6 from the stripe, and she had 10 boards in the ball game. 9 points for Maya Rice on 4 for 12 shooting. 6 points for Lily Truchon in the ball game. 5 points for Ernst and Hagen. 4 points for Loftus and 2 points for Smith, the other Smith. That being Aubrey Smith in the ball game for the Pointers. With the loss, the Yellow Jackets now at 2-7 overall. As I mentioned, the Pointers now at 8-0. The Yellow Jackets next in action a couple weeks from now. In fact, more than 2 weeks from now. They'll be taking on Ripon on Sunday, December 28th at the UW Oshkosh BSN Winter Classic, hosted by Oshkosh in Oshkosh at the Oshkosh Arena. 1 p.m. the opening tip of that one. They'll then play the Titans the following day before coming home on the 31st to take on Carleton. That'll be their next home game. That'll be a 1 p.m. opening tip. 12:45 the pregame. That'll be Yellow Jacket TV broadcast only. Meanwhile, the next joint broadcast on both 91.3 FM, KUWS, and on Yellow Jacket TV will come up on Saturday, January 3rd. So after the first of the new year, Jackets taking on the Lawrence Vikings here at the Mertz. 1 p.m. the opening tip there. 12:45 the pregame with yours truly. Again, a joint broadcast on 91.3 FM, KUWS, and on Yellow Jacket TV. A big thank you to Evan Ludwig, who was my engineer. Also a big thank you to all of our camera people and everyone else at Yellow Jacket TV for helping make the broadcast possible. We hope those of you who watch back home enjoyed the broadcast, and we hope you'll join us for more Yellow Jacket women's basketball as the 2025-26 season rolls on. So for Evan Ludwig and all of us at Yellow Jacket TV, this is Matt Johnson. One more time, repeating the final score. Yellow Jackets falling here today. Final score here from the Mertz. UW Stevens Point 66, Yellow Jackets 49. Thanks for watching, everybody. This has been Yellow Jacket women's basketball here on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network.